before we get into the nuts and bolts of the week one lesson, first I would like to take you through the agenda. The first step will be for me to introduce myself. I am Tiffany Roberts. I am the founder of Retire Right Academy, and I'm also an insurance broker. So that specializes in long-term care products. And you will definitely need to identify your long-term care resources as you get more into your retirement planning. The next exercise we'll go into is, are you a saver or are you a spender? That's a very, very big deal, and it's a very important discussion. This will play right into the next part of this presentation, which is the retirement mindset. So when you have approaching retirement, your mindset is a big deal, guys. You have to shift from working and getting a regular check to not working and having to plan your budget so you won't have more month than money. So that's why I start this course off with mindset. So if you are a spender, then you may need to learn how to save. And if you are a saver, more than likely you may have a nice nest egg for retirement. But this chapter will definitely help you identify that. The next item will be the money mindset exercise, what we call a bit of financial therapy. So in this financial therapy, it asks very pointed questions that are intended to make you think and intended to reflect on how you think about money. It's a big deal. Money is so taboo. And what I found in our in-person class is that there are a lot of people that never even talked about money. So they had no idea about financial literacy, financial education, saving, or any of those topics. They were all brand new to them. So that's why we go into that. This is also a very important exercise to do with your kids or your significant other so that you guys can be on the same track, same mindset when it comes to your finances. And lastly, we'll wrap this up with some mindset takeaways for retirement planning. So this just gives some tips and some thoughts for you to consider as you are embarking on your retirement planning journey. So again, I would like to welcome all my viewers and my subscribers, which I affectionately refer to you guys as legacy builders, because what we are doing right now, which is focusing on financial education and financial literacy as it relates to retirement planning, that is my specialty. That is what I do. So please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tiffany Roberts, and again, I specialize in financial education as it relates to retirement planning. I am also an insurance broker, which means I work with several hundreds of brokers that all offer different financial instruments and vehicles that can help you have a very, um, I would like to say tax-free, but I can't make any promises like that. However, I can say that put your money in certain financial vehicles such as annuities, funeral expense trust funds, Medicaid compliant annuities, and those type of tools that will help reduce your tax liability. And even once you start receiving your pension and Social Security and any other income, that could quite possibly put you into another tax bracket. So these are all the things that you should consider before you plan to retire. So, a bit about how I got started in this. Actually, it was my son that encouraged me to get my license. Now, I had already been very budget conscious, very budget focused, but I always say I am not preaching to the choir, guys, because a lot of this planning, retirement planning, and budget planning that I'm instructing on in this course, guys, I'm going through it too. And what really lit a spark under me is because I started hearing you're going to need $1 million to retire. You're going to need $2 million to retire. And I kind of freaked out, guys. I kind of freaked out because I thought I'm not ready, right? But then I started thinking I cannot be the only one. And sure enough, I talked to a lot of people in my network, colleagues, other agents, business owners, and I can tell you this, a lot of us are not ready, especially if they're saying we're going to need $1 to $2 million. But in this course, the goal is for you to have $1 million in assets, right? So those assets can be savings, 401ks, any type of insurance policy, health insurance, auto insurance, all of these long-term care insurance, all of these type of vehicles to add up to $1 million, because once you have that much coverage, more than likely you are going to have a very stress-free retirement. But it's for those of us that don't plan that end up realizing that they can't retire right away, or they need more money, or there's more month instead of money. These are the things that this course is intended to prevent. So, guys, again, my name is Tiffany Roberts. I started Retire Right Academy out of my own fear that I'm not ready for retirement. So instead of doing all this work and then trying to report it to you, I said I want to start a course where we can go through this together. So again, I am not preaching to the choir. I believe experience is the best teacher. So when you see me with these, for instance, week 1 is all about mindset, and we have a financial therapy worksheet. I went through this worksheet too, and that's how I determined that I needed to change a lot of my money behaviors. That's where I learned that a lot of the things that I've heard from others have really impacted the way I feel and the way I treat money. So, guys, we're going through this together. It's going to be an exciting journey. We're going to learn so much from each other, and I invite you to please leave comments. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share, subscribe. You guys know. And also, the contact information, check out the website. I will put a link to all of my socials. I love to hear from you guys. So that's about me in a nutshell. Okay, my legacy builders. Now we get to the good part. Week 1. What is your money mindset? As many of you know that may have watched me or follow my 30-day live on Facebook, I am a very big mindset person. I believe everything begins with mindset, right? So if we went over the saver mindset or a spender mindset. So if you have a spender mindset, everything that I'm talking to you about as far as financial literacy and savings and retirement planning, it's just going to sound like rah, 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 rah. It's not going to make any sense to you. But if you have a saver's mindset, hopefully the words that I speak will tap into some of those ideals and beliefs that you already have, which tells why your mindset is so important. So yes, here we go. We're getting to the good part. As you see the picture, I make it look easy. But those are all the things that handling your budget and your finances, right? That has to be on your mind. That's your mindset, right? It's important. It's a priority. You do your budget every Sunday. I do my budget every Sunday, right? I have $1,000 in my emergency fund, but that's only because I have a mindset that those things are important to me. So, right now, I want you guys to consider your mindset. Do you think you have a saver's mindset, or do you think you have a spender's mindset? Saver or spender? No worries. If you're not quite sure, that's exactly what this next exercise is meant to explore. Stay tuned. Hello, 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 my legacy builders. And we are finally on the section with our financial therapy. So, the whole point of this financial therapy session is to kind of tap in and find out what your mindset is. Do you have a saver mindset or are you a spender mindset? As you see, it says change your money beliefs and change your life. So, your beliefs about money can have a negative impact on your financial situation. Recognizing and changing these beliefs can enhance your finances. So, next, you get to answer the questions below to gain a better perspective of how your beliefs about money might be affecting your financial circumstances and to make a plan for positive changes. So, on this next worksheet, we will go through mindset, new results. Hello, legacy builders. Now, this chapter right here, we go into the retirement mindset. Now, remember, I said mindset is everything. So, this all goes back to, do you have a saver mindset or a spender mindset? And this slide right here taps into some of those type of questions that can help decide which side of the scale you're on. So, some things about saver. Do you stop spending when the money in your pockets are gone? If you are a saver, the answer is yes. If you are a spender, the answer is no. Do you wait on special events or sales to get that expensive item that you simply have to have? If you are a saver, yes, you'll wait till it goes on sale. Um, it's not that urgent to you. But if you are a spender, it doesn't matter how much it is. It doesn't matter when it goes on sale. If you want it, you'll buy it, and that's it. Next, do you have money set aside for a rainy day or emergency situation? If you are a saver, that question is yes. Hopefully, it's the $1,000 emergency fund that we've been talking about. But if you are a spender, you won't be likely to have that rainy day or emergency fund. Again, goes back into mindset. And then it says, do you regularly monitor your budget? So savers are very budget conscious. Savers really are concerned about their budget, their income, their expenditures, expenses, things like that. Um, I can speak on both sides of the fence because when I had a spender mindset, budget was of no consequence. If I wanted it and I had the money for it, I got it. But now, me with a saver's mindset, I budget. I review my budget every Sunday. So guys, that would be a good tip. If you want to get into budgeting, watch your budget. Add up those receipts. Every Sunday, set aside an hour and work on your budget. So, spender, do you max out your credit cards and or bank account when shopping or going to the casino? If you are a spender, that answer is yes. Also, do you buy what you want when you want it, regardless of the price? If you are a spender, that answer is yes. Are you living check to check without a $1,000 emergency fund? If you are a spender, that answer is yes. And finally, are you stressed out about money, bills, retirement, and savings? If you are a spender, that answer is yes, because spenders, they don't really budget. They just kind of impulse shop, impulse buy with no regards to their budget, guys. So I hope these questions, these 8 questions, were enough to really help begin you on your process of identifying, do you have a saver mindset or a spender mindset? Hello, 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 my legacy builders. Now we are on the section of financial therapy. Again, it's all about your money mindset. Now, in this section, we'll start getting more into therapy, right? And you guys see on this right side, there are 8 questions. So the point of this therapy session is for you to get a notebook, get a pen, maybe take these 8 questions by yourself. Maybe ask these 8 questions of your kids, especially adult children, and definitely ask these 8 questions of your spouse or significant other, because it will really help identify what side of the scale you both are on when it comes to your money mindset. So, one says, recognize your subtle bias and beliefs about saving and spending. So, do you believe that it is important to save? Do you believe it's important to leave a generational family legacy? Or do you just think, well, I can't take it with me, it doesn't matter? Hmm? So the next one is determine which bias is having a negative result and change it. So for instance, if the reason why you don't have your family covered by life insurance is because, it doesn't matter because you can't take it with you anyway, so you really, you know, don't care about life insurance or, you know, relieving the burden that your loved ones will have when it comes time to bury you in the way that you want, then you definitely would need to work on that. That is an underlying bias and one that you definitely need to attack head on, because that's the difference between a saver's mindset and a spender's mindset, right? It's all about mindset, guys. The next one is determine which belief has had the most positive result and enhance it. So it kind of goes back to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you have a habit, like one of my habits I developed was I review my budget every Sunday, right? All my receipts, anything I spend during the week, it's all in an envelope for that week. And I reconcile my personal budget. This is every Sunday. Now that is a behavior and exercise that has helped me immensely. I challenge you all to try it, right? It will definitely help. And next, do this exercise with your family, kids, spouse, significant other, and discuss. So don't just read the question, write down the answer, and say next. No, you read the question, get a response, write down the answer, look at the answer you had, see how far apart you guys are, or maybe you're on the same track. That will be great. But if you guys are on totally opposite sides, where you saying yes and that person is saying no, that's time for discussion, guys, because you are the CEO of you and you are the CEO of your family. And everything has to be in alignment or you will never be able to get your budget together. So if you're constantly saving every nickel, dime, and penny that you get, and you have someone else that just spend, spend, spend as soon as they get it, you guys have to work on that because that's going to be a serious problem. So these are the questions to address in your financial therapy session. One, what part of your financial life is creating the greatest challenge? What is your plan to address it or them? So if you have a problem or someone kind of identifies a problem, how are you going to solve it? You have to solve it. You can't just say, well, yeah, I don't like saving anything under $5. It's not worth it. Okay, you have to fix that, right? Question two, what beliefs surround this financial challenge? So if you don't believe in saving coins because all your life, when you grew up, you saw your friends just throw change away, or if you had one of those parents that saved every coin. At the end of the night, they emptied out their pockets and put it in a coin box and saved it up and it turned to cash. That's a belief because that's what you've seen. So that more than likely that's what you'll do as well. Three, which beliefs have the greatest negative impact? Number four, where did this belief come from? What is it costing you? Okay, again, back to saving the change. That change adds up. It definitely adds up. Five, what are better beliefs that will support your financial goals? So if you have not been budgeting and all of a sudden you're like, man, maybe I should start tracking my receipts and doing a budget every Sunday. That will help you. That will help support your financial goals. Because remember, all of our goals is one, to have $1,000 emergency fund, and two is to, by the end of this 10 weeks, have $1 million in assets. Now remember, that can be insurance policies, 401k, savings, whatever it takes. Just make sure it equals to $1 million in assets. Six, what impact will better beliefs have on your finances? And seven, what techniques will help you adopt better financial goals? And number eight, what do these new beliefs look like? And how do you know your mindset or behavior about money has changed? So it's not just enough to say, okay, I'll start saving $1. Okay, what does that dollar add up to? If you start saving $1 a day for the next 30 days, you should end up with $30 at the end of those 30 days. You have to measure it, right? So that's what this is talking about, guys. I'm so excited about hearing some of the feedback. Make sure you guys do this. Make sure you do your financial therapy. Make sure you have your kids and your significant other. Anyone whose financial futures that you play a part in, have them do this financial therapy so that you can really get on the same mindset as each other. Again, remember, talking about money is taboo. So more than likely, this may be a kind of awkward conversation, guys, but it's one that is necessary. Be sure to let me know your results in the comments. I definitely want to hear about it. I definitely want to hear about it because when I did my financial therapy, My responses to these questions absolutely amaze me. And they are the reason why I've had to make some very significant changes in the way am I saving, am I spending, and budgeting. So it works, guys. I'm a witness. Stay tuned. Okay, hello, legacy builders. First, I want to thank you all for taking the time with me and going through week one. What is your money mindset? Now, on this page right here, this is the wrap up session, guys. So, these are just some mindset takeaways for better retirement planning. So I've just gathered a couple of really good tips and takeaways for you all to remember. And also share this information with your family, your kids, your significant others, anyone that you think this may help with their finances. Please take these tips down and share or pass along. So, I'll go through and read these. Now, remember, these are mindset takeaways for better retirement planning. Now, although you may be able to use this towards regular financial planning, the focus of this is retirement. So this says plan and compare current with expected budgets. So current means you're working, if you work 40 hours, your check will be this, right? But when you retire, you're no longer working those 40 hours. Are you getting SSI? Are you getting a pension? Do you have annuity set up? Are you getting VA benefits? You know, all of those things. You have to plan your financial budget, like it says in step one. Plan your financial budget now versus then. So right now, you know how much your bills are, you know how much your groceries are, and you know how much your income is. But the whole picture changes when you retire. So as best as you can, even if you can't determine what your budget will be, you will be able to determine how much you need in order to maintain your current lifestyle. So that's what it's about. That's the point of retirement planning, to make sure you can maintain your current lifestyle, right? So that's why it's important. So take note of what you're doing now so that once you retire and you lose that source of work income, you can make sure any other forms of income you have will meet or exceed that same employment income. So you won't experience a drastic drop in your standard of living. Two, organize financial records and receipts. Keep track of all expenditures, bills, and groceries, and organize them in a safe and secure way. Guys, this is so important. I really didn't understand how much money I was spending until I started counting up the receipts, right? When you start counting up receipts and you have a whole stack of them, receipts, oh yeah, those numbers start adding up, guys. So make sure you start counting your receipts. Keep those receipts, start noting everything down, and then you'll start really seeing how much money you're spending, or how much you're saving. Um, and say organize them in a safe and secure way. So I mentioned to you my envelope method. So the receipts, all of these receipts, I have them because I have them in an envelope, right? In this envelope, I have in a divider. And this divider is where all of my bills and receipts and everything is held. You have to be organized because when it comes around tax time, remember, you are the CEO of you and your family. So you can get tax deductions for any donations or those church tithes you make, tax write-off. All right. Make sure you keep your receipts. Consolidate multiple financial accounts. Roll over multiple 401k and bank accounts for reconciliation and tax purposes. Okay, guys, so this is another lesson that we'll have, and it's called Who Moved My Cheese, right? What, where's my 401k? So just think about your first day of work and they told you about your benefits and your retirement and your 401k. But when you left, did you take your 401k with you? If not, that 401k is still accumulating interest. Where is your 401k? Who moved your cheese, right? So as far as this step, consolidate them. So if you've had 6 jobs and you got 6 different 401k accounts, you need to consolidate them, roll them all over into one big, 401k. If your current employer is matching that, don't miss out on that. But what you also need to do is roll over your other 401ks into a retirement eligible account. So it's not just, $500 over here, you got $1,000 over there, you got $750 over here. If you add all of that up, right, then that money will begin earning money babies. You guys know how I am about money babies, compound interest. That money will begin earning interest, making money babies, and now you have a larger nest egg growing, right? So it's very important for you guys to get your 401ks, get your old 401ks. You need to know the employer, you need to know the TPA, the third party administrator, who was handling your 401k. You need that paperwork, you need your statements. Get that information, right? And last it says, check your credit reports for unusual activity. That's something you should be doing anyway, but especially when you're beginning to plan for your retirement, because you want to be able to get whatever you need. You want your credit to be in good shape because remember, you won't be working anymore. So they won't be able to verify your income unless you're getting like a SSI check or VA pension, things like that. But it will be much easier for you to establish good credit while you're working than once you're retired. So also remember, you get 3 free credit reports a year. So there's TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. All 3 of them will give you 1 free credit report a year. So you can go to their website, annualcreditreport.com, and get your credit reports, guys. Get your credit reports. It's very important. Don't wait until you need credit to learn your credit score. You need to know your credit score, right? We're planning, we're being proactive. So, number 1, plan your financial budgets now versus then. 2, declutter financial records. Be organized. So you're going to need your documentation, a lot of documentation. Once you start doing your retirement, once you start getting into Social Security, any type of pension, they are going to ask for some very specific tax forms like a 1098 or, any interest earned on your investments, things like that. So get organized, get into that habit now. So once you get to the point where you need that information, you know exactly where to go. You know exactly where that report is, and you can get your taxes filed in a timely manner. It's very important. 3, consolidate your accounts. We talked about that. 4, check your credit reports. a lot of people just kind of take it for granted. They don't really think about their credit. But then when they look at their credit reports and they see stuff that they paid off or stuff that's not even theirs, or they're using the old name or the wrong address, or, you know, um, when I looked at my credit report the first time, it was like 23 pages. And a lot of that was old, bad information, old loans I had paid off, but they never updated my credit report. So I was getting denied for things because my credit report wasn't updated. So don't let that happen to you guys. Again, not preaching to the choir, speaking from experience. And number 5, prioritize pay off debt. So there's debt, there's good debt, and there's bad debt, right? So people that are in the world of real estate investing, you know this very well. Leverage. A lot of people that do real estate investing, they don't use their own money. They use OPM, other people money, and that's called leverage. So leverage means using something else to benefit you, right? So leverage. So credit. You see a house, it costs $10,000, $15,000. You need to have $10,000, $15,000, but you don't have $10,000 or $15,000. So, and then we'll go into this. Something that a lot of people are doing is they're leveraging their IRA or whatever money they have saved up in a retirement account, and they're using that money to invest in real estate. So they're buying a house, taking out a loan, fixing it, getting it to generate assets and income, and whatever money that house generates, then they use that to pay off the loan. That's leverage, guys. It's leverage, right? And number 6, reevaluate your investment accounts and your beneficiaries. So this is very important because there are a lot of accounts that go to the financial institution of your state if they are declared, lost money, money that hasn't been claimed, unclaimed funds. There's a lot of accounts sitting over there in unclaimed funds because perhaps it's a bank account or a 401k or something that you forgot about. So first check there, see if you have any money there, and then consolidate your accounts. Also, review your beneficiaries. This is a big deal, and I have heard some absolute horror stories where a person had insurance, right? And then they got married, right? So it's the same insurance policy, the beneficiary, everything remained the same, but this person got married to someone new. So when something happened and they unfortunately passed, the ex was still the beneficiary because they never reviewed their policy. They never updated their beneficiaries, right? So this is very, very important because now the new wife, she's not getting any benefits. The ex-wife got the benefits. The insurance company doesn't know. The insurance company just keeps on file whatever you file. So it is up to you to keep your beneficiaries updated. Now, guys, I hope that this information has been valuable. I hope you're able to pass this information along. So this officially wraps up week 1 of What is Your Money Mindset? Thank you for joining and stay tuned. Hello, 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 my legacy builders. Well, congratulations. We have officially completed week 1 of our 10-week financial literacy retirement planning course, which is Retire Right Academy. So we just finished week 1. On this slide here, I have all of my contact information. My name is Tiffany. That is the website, www.estateshieldSolutions. And you can call or text the business number 817-454-5086. So if there is anything that you need help with or something that you just don't quite understand and you're trying to make a choice between term life and whole life and you heard something about Be the Bank or IULs or something, anything, guys, reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. Be sure to include your name, your phone number, and your email so I know how to get back in touch with you. And again, I just want to thank you all for, we're on week one, guys, week one. So stay tuned for week two. I release the new weeks every Sunday. So I usually go live on Sundays. So be looking for me live next Sunday at 2 p.m. Central. It's been an absolute pleasure. God bless. Have a good night. Until next week.